What's up? It's Charles and Bev. And we don't own the rights to none of this music. We don't own it. We don't own it. We don't own the rights to this music. But we just on here hanging with y'all. 2 weeks in a row, who's driving?
How to get to Sesame Street.
The master. Sunny day.
And we got okay. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street?
What's up, y'all?
Hey
So,
guys.
we do not own the rights to that music, so don't trip out. That's not our music.
So that's the it's the 70s, kind of going on to 80s Sesame Street music. What's our
Yeah.
theme for today? What are we talking about?
Today, we're talking about what would you tell your younger self?
What would you tell your younger self?
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
So what would you tell your younger self? So I'm telling you, if I look at this subject, it's a lot that can be said in this, because I was pretty crazy when I was a
Why are we
kid.
looking at this subject? It's a topic.
When I look
He's gone
at
into
the
preacher mode.
subject,
He's gone into preacher mode.
But listen, this is a good topic. So those of you that are out there, if somebody wants to chime in with us, we do. You know, Facebook now, you can chime in live and either put your comments up or you can actually chime into the real conversation.
Hey Sandra Bush Perry.
Yeah. So listen,
Thanks
you can
for
actually chime
joining
in.
us.
So what would you tell yourself if you could tell yourself something?
Elder Wayne.
As a
Hey.
younger person.
Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
What's up? What's up? Come on in. Come on in.
Please don't say that.
Come on in.
Hey, Juan. Give us some jokes tonight. Please do.
Please.
Woo, Jesus, he nearly.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's tripping out here with this.
All right,
mic.
so we're talking about what would you say? What would you tell your younger self? This one really had my brain going because,
Yeah.
I mean, I could be really funny about it, but there's a lot of serious stuff that I could tell my younger self. And did you see the picture that this man put up of me, just baiting me up, man?
That was a good picture. Hey, it's real, man. It's real.
That was me with my no teeth self.
I thought she looked cute on there.
I don't even know how old I was in that picture. Maybe I think I was about 5.
13?
My mum loved that dress. It was a blue and white dress. It was polyester.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, every time she kept putting me in that one dress and
Wow.
doing my hair in what I used to call doo-doo plaits.
Mommy, you gotta do doo-doo plaits. Doo-doo plaits.
Okay, so what would you tell your younger self?
Man, the first thing I would tell my younger self is stop trying to fit in.
Why are you trying to steal my stuff?
Just stop trying to fit in all together. Everybody's looking like clones. You all looking like the same person in 8th grade, 7th grade. I would tell my younger self not to fit in at all. Be totally different.
I'm gonna get deeper than you.
All right, go. Girl,
Okay.
that's what you do.
So my thing was to tell my younger self, accept how God created. I had to write it down because I was like, it was a lot. Accept how God created you. You are a unique manifestation of the divine. Is that a dog?
That was a dog.
I thought he was going to jump in the car.
No.
Okay. Don't try to be like anyone else. You were born to stand out, not fit in.
That's good. That's good.
That's one of the things I would tell my younger self.
You know, and I think another one I would tell myself is, as far as not fitting in, is to be cool with loving God.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Susan.
What's up? What's up? I would tell my younger self to be cool with being in love with God, because it took me a lot of years to be comfortable with being a Christian. Well, that's a loose term, but being born again, it took me a lot of years to be comfortable with that, because I wanted to fit in so bad, you know, just Nicole, what's up? Well, Nicole, what's up, girl? Wanted to fit in so bad. So by the time I was about 15, 16, I probably could have really had given my life to God, but I was trying to fit in with, whatever the case may be. And now we don't realize it until you get grown and you like, man, I wasted a lot of years doing stupid stuff, trying to fit in. Yep. So that's one area I would change. Another area I would change, and I bet you my wife could probably say the same thing. I would tell the younger me to stop being so stupid and listen to your parents.
Oh my God. See, you all over my stuff. Why are you all over my stuff? Okay, so piggybacking off what you just said, I wrote down, because I had to write these things down, because I was like, I might forget them. What did you just say?
To listen to my parents.
Listen to your parents.
About 95% of the time, they was right.
Listen to your parents. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Carol.
What's up?
Sarah, sister.
Sister Sarah.
Minister. Okay. I was going to say, I was going to tell my younger self, you will never be your mother. You will never be your mother. Although she is giving you sound, solid wisdom, things that you can live by, listen to them. Most definitely listen to them, because there's sound wisdom to live by. But understand that your purpose and your path is completely different from hers.
Ooh, that's good. Man, that's really good. Hey there, Pat. What is that, Sister Carol? Okay, Sister Sarah.
Hey there.
But she's right.
Man.
It takes. Growing up in my house, I feared my parents. I had a healthy fear. I had a healthy fear of my parents, especially my dad. So if my dad said something once, I was trying to do it. What's up there, Sonia?
Hey.
Bless you. If he said to do something once, I was trying to do it. But once I got to the point where I thought I was smart on my own, like I'm gonna just do this on my own, I would try to not disobey them, but I tried to go my own way and try to figure things out on my own. One of the dumbest things possible. So parents is definitely a clean shot. I would tell the younger me too, do not get married until you know exactly what you want. The younger me, just, my friends getting married. I'm 30 years old. It's time to I may as well go on and get married now. And I didn't know what I wanted.
Hey, Brittany.
What's up, Britt? So here I am wasting her time, wasting my time. And I had, a pretty decent first marriage. But guess what? I didn't know what I wanted. I was too young to even know. So as you experience those things, you realize that was time wasted. And I could have been with somebody that I really could have made marriage with a lot better, knowing what I really wanted out of marriage. And I just didn't know. So it has nothing to do with her. It wasn't her fault. It was really mine, because just didn't know any better.
Oh gosh. What else can I say? I've got a lot to say. All right. You will never be like your mother. Okay, so going back to that, you will never be like like your mother. In that picture that you saw, that he just totally threw me out there with that picture. Did not consult me as to whether he could use it. Anyway, so in that picture, when I think about myself at that age, I was a mommy's girl. And I wanted to wear her shoes. I wanted to do all of that. So I really wanted to be my mom. And as I got older, she was drumming biblical principles and stuff into me. But I began to rebel. Hey, cousin Wilma.
What's up there?
All the way from Barbados. Thank you for joining us, hon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to be, at that age, I wanted to be like my mom. And as I got older, I was like, this Christianity and salvation thing looks a bit, I don't think I want to do this. And she was drumming it all into me, and I didn't want to do that. So my next thing that I would tell my younger self is, don't feel bad about the way you are being raised. you're going to realize that when you're older, that you were protected and shielded from so much dysfunction that others are now paying consequences for.
Yes, man. I would have to say
Ditto.
to that, because my parents protected me so much. In some areas, I thought it was a disservice when I got a little older.
Yep.
But it really wasn't a disservice, because I didn't have to deal with certain things until I was ready to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, I really value the relationship that I have with my father now and my mother now.
Most definitely.
Because what they have, the things that they did, I thought it was crazy then. And some of it may have been a little crazy. A couple of them things was a little crazy. But I do value what they did, because it made me a better person.
I'm hoping that some of my London school friends watch this.
Yeah.
Right? Because right? My London school friends, I love you girls, I love you, right? But when we were in secondary school, St. Martin's crew, where are you? Okay, so when I was in secondary school, man, I used to feel bad for my upbringing to a certain extent, because I couldn't wear the stuff my friends were wearing. I couldn't have my hair the way they had their hair. And sometimes, you know, you girls, you know, you used to tease me, right? Because I was the church girl.
Yeah.
Right? You knew that. You knew you used to tease me. But look at me now. Look at me now. Huh? You gonna tease me now? Huh? But yeah, I used to have a thing about being the church kid, the preacher's kid, and not being able to do what the other girls did. I remember going to one of my friends' birthday parties. I went to one of my friends' birthday parties, and they had I mean, her parents always threw her really good parties. I never at that time had a birthday party, and she threw this birthday party, and they let me go. Couldn't believe it. They let me go to her birthday party, and I was dressed like a little church girl. Nobody laughed at me, well, at least not to my face. But anyway, they had the music on, and they had a dancing competition.
Oh.
Yes. They had a dancing competition. How many of you Londoners can remember that song, Brown Girl in the Ring? Brown girl in the ring, cha la 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 la. There's a brown girl in the ring. Oh yeah, anyway, so
do
yeah.
any of our American people know?
It was by Boney M.
We don't know that one.
It was by Boney M. Brown Girl in the Ring. Who knows Brown Girl in the Ring by Boney M?
If y'all put some hearts up right now, if y'all know it, please. But I got a good prophecy. No hearts are coming.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody knows that song.
Whatever. Anyway, so Brown Girl in the Ring came on, and I lost my ever-loving mind. I went in that ring, that imaginary ring, and I danced because I wanted to win that competition.
Wow.
Right? So, hi Latasha.
What's up?
So yeah, I was look at the police.
Yeah.
So I was dancing because I wanted to win, and lo and behold, guess what? Look, 2 hearts. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
2 hearts. 2 hearts later.
So I won that dance competition, and my parents came to pick me up, and and my friends' parents were so happy that I won this dance competition, and they were like, "Oh, she really danced." Yeah, they were Jamaican. "Oh, she really danced, and she did win the competition." And my dad said, "You're not going back to another party."
Your dad wasn't playing that.
He was not playing. He was thinking, my little girl is out here just working up herself, dancing and carrying on, winning dancing competitions. We ain't doing that because that's the devil's playground, and you're dancing to the devil's music. Right? So, yeah, I kind of hated growing up that way. Hey, Lisa. Kind of hated growing up that way. But now when I look back, I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful, because some of the people that I come into contact with, they did not have that solid upbringing. They didn't have a 2-parent home. Not saying that a 1-parent home is bad, but there's something about having 2 parents in a home, and they didn't have that upbringing. They were brought up in dysfunction. They were brought up in some were brought up in an ungodly, environment, and lacked certain moral principles and whatever. So now that I'm older, I'm very, very grateful for the upbringing that I had, because now dealing with my son, I definitely see that I'm my mother.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. She had standards, and she had certain things that she was not having, and so I'm grateful that I saw that model, and I could be that for my son.
One thing I would tell my younger self, and playing off what Bev just said, thinking about my parents, I would tell me, don't waste all that money on phones and cars and stupid stuff and apartments. Go get a house. Forget having a big Navigator and you barely can drive. Man, I tore the thing up anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about your teenager. We're talking about
teenage, whatever.
We're talking about kid.
That's younger me though.
Okay,
I would tell younger me to not go waste all that money on cars, phones, and watches, stupid stuff that didn't mean a hill of beans. So, and to be truthful with you, I did most of that stuff when I didn't have bad, it's like you don't have any reason.
Mother Mary Ann.
Sister Mary Ann,
Hi.
what's happening? You have no reason. I had no reason to have a Navigator when I was that young. Like, what did I need a Navigator for? I didn't have any kids.
Because you was flossing.
I didn't have a wife. You know what I'm saying?
flossing.
I had nothing. So here I am living in a Navigator for $500 a month and just going from gas station to gas station. It was stupid. So I would tell the younger me not to waste all that money and to go buy a house right out the gate.
Okay, so what else would I tell my younger me? You will make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You will make mistakes, but don't beat yourself up when you make them. Learn from them and make sure you don't repeat them.
Man, that's good.
Hey, cousin Althea, another cousin from Barbados. Yay!
That's cool.
Hey, thanks
That's
for
cool.
joining us.
And you guys know you can share this too. Anybody that
Join in,
is
type
willing.
some stuff, talk to us,
Yeah,
talk back to us.
talk to us. Hey, and we want to hear too. What would you? Looks like we got somebody. Did somebody try to come on? Anyhow, but what would you tell? What would you tell your younger self?
Hey, Joyce.
What's happening? So somebody out there knows. I look back at the younger me, things that I really would tell myself. If I went deep with it, is to not be so insecure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I would tell myself not to be so insecure and don't try so hard. Don't try so hard to be something that you're really not. That's just really what it was. I was very insecure as a kid, and I wore it well.
Latasha said, I will tell my younger me to be careful who you have children by. Lord have mercy.
Lord Jesus.
That's yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we both can attest to that. And that's a whole nother subject on another Drive Live. But both my wife and I had a child when we came into our relationship. So you have to really, that's a whole nother thing, blend in the family once you have these kids. Because once you meet the person that you want to live with and spend the rest of your life with, you got to really establish some stuff, because can be difficult. It can be difficult. What's up? Is that Anita? Am I reading that right? Y'all know I'm
it's
driving.
out there. It's my cousin.
Oh, I'm driving. So those are some of the things that I'm just telling you. Like, you have to have those established things. But I would tell myself not to be so insecure, to just trust who I am right now.
Hey, Cameron.
Yeah. Hey there. I would tell myself to trust who I am at this moment, and not that I'm perfect, not that it's
None of us are perfect.
all the way that I want it to be, but trust who that person is at that moment.
What else did I have here? Life comes with the good and bad. This is what you tell my younger self. Life comes with the good and the bad. Embrace both.
Yeah.
Embrace both. There are some curveballs that will come to blindside you, but know that you can handle whatever life throws at you.
Man, that's the truth. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, most of us really know life is going to be like that as you get a little bit older. I think about the younger me. I was so deer-eyed and optimistic and, you know, just ready to... I wanted to be grown. I was trying to be grown before I had to be grown. So if I really could tell my younger self something, I would tell me to slow down. Like, why are you trying to be so grown? And then when you get grown, you're trying to be young. You know, it's like you're trying to do everything as a young person would do when you get grown. But I would just tell the younger me, slow down.
Hey, Brenda.
Pump the brakes and enjoy being a young person. Because I had no reason to go out and, you know, try to do big people stuff because I didn't have to. My parents, like I said, shielded me. So why would I want to go bump my head and do all that? But I wanted to do it because I wanted to be grown.
I wanted to do it because, like I was saying earlier, I felt, in my naivety, I felt that I was being stifled and couldn't have fun. To me, and this is just how I felt at the time, I'm not saying that now, to me, I felt that Christianity wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Being saved, being born again, serving Christ wasn't a fun thing to do. So I rebelled, basically. I rebelled. I was still very, I believe, I was respectful to my parents somewhat. Yeah, I was respectful to them. I never disrespected my parents, ever. I wouldn't have a life.
I know you was, because you would have been dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a life. I would not be breathing. Yeah, I was never disrespectful to my parents. But I know that I caused them unnecessary heartache. Because I wasn't following their guidelines and the wisdom that they were setting out before me. And I would tell my younger self now, have a relationship with Christ a whole lot sooner.
Oh yeah.
A whole lot sooner, because I don't regret anything that I've done or been through. I really don't. I don't have any major regrets.
Right.
Hello, Miss Pearl.
What's up there? Mom, wait.
I don't have any regrets because I believe that the things that I've done and things that I've been through has shaped the woman that I am today. But possibly if I could do it all over again, if I could talk to my younger self, I would say, maybe you don't need to go down that road.
Right. And I think another thing I would tell the younger me is to find out how to really understand women. As a young man, I think about the things that I was exposed to as a young man, and the value that I put on women was not where it should have been. So I'm thinking, man, this thing is, you're going to just get a girl, you're going to have sex, blah, 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 whatever. Not putting together all the emotions that are tied to them, all the things that go along with being in a real relationship, all the doors that open up, not having that understanding. It really put a dampener on how you can move through life, because I would tell the younger me, my parents did a good job of telling me what not to do. But in this case, they didn't explain to me why I shouldn't do it.
It was just sin.
Yeah.
Sin.
Don't you do that. You get somebody pregnant, you better stay out there.
It's of the devil.
You better get on out and get your own house, because I ain't dealing with all that junk up in there. But that's...
But parents back then, they didn't have time to like now, it's not, let's explain everything. It was just like, this is what I say, this is what you do, and that's it.
Yeah.
End of. There's no conversation about it. And now we are engaging in all this conversation with some of these kids, and they still ain't listening.
Some of them ain't listening. I remember though.
You give them the why, you give them the how, you give them everything, and they still ain't listening.
My parents was like, if you ask them why, I got your why. I got your why right here. I got a why right here in your face. You want to see this why? Don't do it. Try me if you want to. Test me if you want to. I guarantee you, I will beat your look. They would really go there with us as kids. So I'm just telling you, sometimes you need to kind of shake your kids to make them think you're going to get them like that. And sometimes you might have to get them. Back it up.
Ooh, here's this one. This one kind of got me today when I was really thinking about it. What would you tell yourself? I would tell my younger self the reoccurring dreams that you are having is God showing you in pictures who you already are but haven't grown into yet. Don't be afraid of what you see.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really good.
That picture that
Yolanda.
he put up, hey Yolanda, that picture that he put up of me at that age, I remember vividly that I mean, for years, I used to have some serious reoccurring dreams. There was one in particular that used to scare me. I remember waking up and actually physically crying, and I was seeing, I'm not going to go too much into it, but that I was seeing a woman standing in front of a crowd of people, and I knew that this woman was me. I'm seeing this as a child. I knew that this person who was standing in front of all these people were me. I put up a post the other day. That you know, it's the pastor's wife.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if somebody had told me years ago that I'd be in the position that I'm in, I would have had a few choice words for them that I cannot repeat. Because never did I want to be in the position of my mother. My mother was a pastor's wife. I didn't want to be in her position. There were other pastors' wives that I seen when I was growing up, and I didn't want to marry a church boy.
And I was a church boy, and I would tell the younger me to be a church boy a lot quicker.
I always said, I ain't married. I don't ever want to be with no church boy. They whack. And look what I ended up with. Huh? Look what I ended up with. So yeah, do not be afraid of the reoccurring dreams. I was so scared at times to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then my dreams used to come in sequels. I would have part 1, part 2, part 3.
Wow.
And they were literally in sequels, and it really used to freak me out. I used to see a lot of stuff when I was younger, and you know, I remember my mom kind of laughing about some of the stuff that I shared, and my dad was like, "Don't laugh at her. This is serious stuff." Because he realized, not that my mom didn't know. I think she was a little bit nervous, but my dad realized it was real spiritual stuff that I was dealing with, and and at the same time, when I think back as well, those dreams, not only was God showing me stuff, but the enemy was fighting me in the dreams as well. And I believe he overpowered me with fear. And I think that's why I ran, when I had the opportunity to, I ran from church with everything I had. I was not interested, didn't want anything to do with it. But thanks be to God.
Woo!
Hey, glory. Thanks
She
be
about
to
to
God.
preach.
No, I'm not.
Glory.
Thanks be to God. I came back.
She come on back in.
The word says to train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's deep. Am I paraphrasing? Am I saying it right? And when he's when he's old, he will not depart from it. How am I forgetting that scripture?
Come on in. That's what it is, right?
Train up the child. And I have to say, my parents trained me up well. I rebelled. I did whatever I felt I wanted to do. But I came back home, and I'm so grateful that God has mercy and grace, and didn't cut me off in my sin and my mess.
Yeah.
Okay, Keisha is saying, I went through those dreams. Thank God he saved, I guess you want to say he saved my life.
Yeah.
Yes, Keisha. Yep.
Man, those dreams are important to kind of pay attention to. People don't realize, though, and I'm saying this, I'm going to turn pastor for 2 seconds. Most of your dreams are either to warn you of something or to prepare you for something, or they could be bad pizza. It could have just been bad pizza. But when it's a reoccurring dream, if it's a reoccurring dream and it keeps coming up like that, it's usually tied to something that God is trying to show you or the enemy's trying to show you. So you have to be careful with those dreams and make sure that you really go to God with them. Ask God to pray. Pray about it. Talk to God about it. And when you really get to it, and you start having a dream and it's really off, ask God to give you ability to pray in that dream and come out of that situation. I used to have dreams that were kind of off, and I asked God to really, really give me the ability to speak His language even in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what He did. You know, He gave me that ability. I started rebuking the devil in my dreams. I'm waking up speaking in tongues and carrying on. But that's how
See,
God...
you was saved when you was young. I was just fearful. Another thing.
No, babe. Let's straighten that up.
Okay.
I was not saved like I should have been.
No, but you was obedient to your parents in that sense. Because I wasn't rebuking nothing in my dream.
I was obedient
just
to
crying.
my parents in some ways, but I'm not trying to paint that picture like I was holy now, y'all. I really was a mess between the ages of, and I got saved at about 18, but I was a mess between 18 and 24. And that was like that. I was like, not even Baptist saved. I wasn't even Catholic saved. I was more like First United Methodist Holy Baptist Rick James Temple saved. I don't know what you call it, but it wasn't good. So God
Let's not
switched.
get denominational.
Oh, I can't even. I gotta get denominational in that because I want to give them a reference point to work with. But it wasn't. I was not saved.
I need you to drive the speed limit, dear.
Here we go with all this, y'all. Y'all see I'm driving, right?
Because we're now on a main road.
Y'all see I'm driving.
27.
How
Come
much
on now.
time we got, babe?
Now it's almost time to leave the people.
Oh, is it almost time? Yeah, so y'all, listen. I know it's a bunch of stuff you would tell the younger you.
It really is something. Sorry, babe, to cut you.
No,
It
go
really,
ahead.
really is something to think about because this one really challenged me, and I had so much more that I was writing down what I could say to my younger self, and so it really is something that something to ponder about.
It is. It is. It's a lot.
And something that you could actually, if you have young children, especially young children, tell them what you would tell your younger self.
Oh man, boy!
And tell them why you're saying that, because of the experiences that you've been through.
And you know what I noticed too, raising kids? I see more of myself in my children, even biological and non-biological. I see parts of myself in them, and it really does, it gives me insight to like, I could help you through this, and I hope I can say this in such a way to help you get it.
It's
to help
40,
you
man.
get it.
There's people behind you.
Oh, we all right, baby. Yeah, I hope I can say it in such a way to help people, to help them to get
Hey,
it.
Dominique.
So that's where we at. But I know our time is running out. We don't want to make this like a 2-hour long.
Yeah, we just want to give you nuggets to think about and have a laugh with you and show you that we're
Real folk.
We're real. We're great.
We want to, what did cousin say? What?
Was really a pleasure listening to you both. Sent me thinking. Oh,
Wow.
sweetheart.
Cool.
I miss you. I do. We haven't talked in so long. Gosh.
Man.
Hey, Andre.
What's happening? So I'm just going to go out on this note. We do want to invite you to worship with us. We are pastors at Greater St. Matthew Church, 2705 Marquette Boulevard. And that's here in South Bend, Indiana, 46628. So we invite you to come out. We start at 11:15. Hey, 11:15. I'm building a church. That means I'm taking over
Hey, Sandra
What's up?
Simpson.
Sister Simpson. I'm taking over my father's church, and I'm into it pretty deep now. But we're building, so I want you to come hang out with us, worship with us. Those of you that can, and let's do life together. Let's do life together because that's really what it's all about. You can help me, and I can help you. We love y'all. Just wanted to spend some time with y'all, have some conversations. We see these hearts coming up. That's good.
We love you.
Do me a favor. Go to our YouTube page, Tuesday Drive Live, and subscribe. And go to our Facebook page, Tuesday Drive Live, and like it as well. I know some of you already have because I'm seeing the hearts.
Thank you, Jane.
Yep, we appreciate it. But go on there, like those two things. Help us get this word out. We're going to talk about just being regular people as well as loving God.
Amen.
So that's where we at. We love y'all.
We love you. Thank you for being with us.
Yep.
And tune in next week. I don't know what the topic's gonna be, and I don't know what picture he's gonna put up.
But it'll be a good one, and it's gonna be funny.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.